Right, it's time to talk county championship cricket and Division One. Glamorgan head coach Richard Dawson joins us. Not many people, I think it's fair to say, without being unkind, tipped Glamorgan for promotion last season, but it was an inspiring performance, and they are now back in Division One. Harvey reckons Division Two is just as competitive as Division One now that with Durham and Lancashire is down there. Richard Dawson, how are preparations going? You look fairly warmly wrapped up. Is there a pre-season tour on the cards? How's preparation going?
Yeah, so our boys have been back in pretty much since January. We've still got a few lads away in Australia. Some of the bowlers are still out there getting some games, and people are filtering back now. So we've got lads coming back from around the world. We've had a few lads having a few months elsewhere, Gold Coast, playing some club cricket, and then we've had a couple of our boys in the England Lions squads as well, which has been really nice for those and also for the club to get some recognition for those youngsters who played well last season. And then we're going to go to Oman for 10 days just to get some cricket outside, and then we're straight into it.
Yeah, we'll talk about the kids that were with the Lions who have done really well. But those you've gone down to Wales, you've been there a couple of years now. What's it like in Wales when it comes to from a cricket side? We've seen the 100 side not sort of really found its feet yet. Being in the first division, is that going to attract more people to come to the Welsh capital to try and support their team?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. They're a very proud club. They've got a rich history. They've had some very good players play, and they've won stuff. So they obviously want the club to do well. They're passionate. The supporters are passionate. The start of the season last year, when we didn't get off to a great start, sitting in some members' forum, you knew they cared, which was fine. I got the feeling of that, but they definitely want to do well. And like I say, it's a great city as well, Cardiff. There's a lot of sport going on in Cardiff, so you want to do well as well because there's obviously other things going on. But first and foremost, we're a very proud, passionate club, and you could feel that as soon as you came in through the door. Great people who work around the club, a real nice family feel, and yeah, and the changing room as well, very tight knit. And I can remember playing against Glamorgan; they were always a very tight knit changing room, and that's not changed. So it was really nice. They made it very easy for me to come in and get to work with them.
In the early 90s, there was a cricketer whose nickname was the Freak, which may not always be interpreted as complimentary. But Ian Harvey, I thought, was a pioneer. I mean, I remember commentating on him in the very early days of my career, and I thought, he's a freak in the best possible way. He bowled balls and played shots I'd never imagined, let alone seen before. And you've now hired him. That's exciting.
Well, he was with me at Gloucestershire when I worked there. So he worked with me for, I don't know, 6 years. He's lived in Bristol. He was the overseas player at Yorkshire when I played at Yorkshire. So I knew him from then, and he helped me when I was a young player. So the thing with Harves is, he on the field he was a competitor. When the pressure was on, he was the one who wanted the ball. He wanted to be opening the batting, and he could change the game with the field as well. So having that knowledge of all the skill sets is one thing, but also having that drive, that desire to win games of cricket, the know-how on the field. It's not just about technique; it's about how you're going to win a situation in the game. And he's not a loud man. He's not in your face. He's more stand back, offer a bit of advice here and there. So it's great to have Harves on board. He's always challenged me as a head coach, which has been really good as my assistant. We've not always agreed, which I've really enjoyed. He's always challenged me on certain things, whether that's selection or what we're doing and stuff. And I really enjoy that because it gets me thinking as well. And he's just had a stint out with Stewie Law with Nepal in the World Cup. So he's obviously come back fresh from that, seen a few things. But he's got a passion for cricket as well. So listen, I've known him now for quite a number of years, and he was brilliant with me at Gloucester. And when I knew he was over the bridge in Bristol, I'm still over in Bristol as well. So it was a case of I'm now his chauffeur in the morning. I pick him up and get him over the bridge to come and do some work. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great dressing room person as hard. But let's talk about you, Dawson. You're sort of coaching. You've done a bit with the Lions in the last few winters, working with Freddie and other people. I mean, I've been critical. I don't want to get you onto the England stuff, but that Lions program and the pathway program. I mean, I've been critical of the way McCullum and the England cricket team and the Ashes have gone, but I've sort of been talking about Kesey's role and how you've gone about that performance program, the rebuild since COVID, the under-19s and the Lions. How have you found that being in there? Because as much as it's been doom and gloom over the course of the last sort of 3 to 6 months with the Ashes, English cricket is in a good place when it comes to their pathway and young players coming through. Where do you see it, and how have you enjoyed fitting into that?
Well, I watched more of the under-19s World Cup since I got back. And they've got some talented players in that 19s team with Yards as head coach. They got to the final. So there's definitely players coming through the system, no doubt about that. I was fortunate enough to do the 19s job, where I had Jacob Bethel, Rayhan, Ahmed, James Rue was in that team. And that team got to the final as well. So there's definitely players around who have got the skills, the desire, the attitude, all those type of things. And you've obviously seen now Bethel kicking on and playing in this World Cup. Listen, it's a tough one. When on the Lions programme, I think you'd have seen it as well, Harmy, when you're 2021. Some people think we probably might have got to the finished article, and sometimes it takes other people a bit longer to go, okay, I might need to do something else. And then others pick up things quicker. So some players go through it and find it pretty easy, or not easy, but they work out the problems almost quicker. And then there's some who it might take a bit longer. And that's the beauty of the coaching bit, is understanding what each person needs and supporting on the way and challenging them and giving honest feedback when you need it. And then also supporting them when they also need that. So that's how I've always gone about my coaching in the pathway. That's what I saw in the winter with those Lions lads. It was a great experience for them to be out there, because it's like going to Australia as well. It's a lovely place to tour. It's a beautiful country, but when you walk onto the pitch, geez, they let you have it. And I think that's one of the things that some people might have gone, wow, you know what I mean? It hits you straight between the eyes. And you try and talk to the lads about that, but until you're out in the middle and you're face to face with the opposition, then that's where you do the most learning. But it's a hell of an experience for those boys to be out there.
And from that point of view, I've always said about Andrew. Obviously, we both played with Fred. You've worked with him. I roomed with him for so many years. He is. I think he's the perfect person for that, because if anybody does think they're a bit above their station and think they're the finished article at 21, he's very good at knocking people down with a quick word but he's also empathetic in the fact that he was a superstar at 16, destined to play for every group's going through. So he understands where some of these, and his empathy as well. You have coaches at county level, but that bridge in between, it's making them understand what it is, like you had when you came into the England team and realised I can play. And then you've got Brett Lee at Perth running in bowling 100 mile an hour. You think, well, I might not be as, and I'm the same. Yeah. I mean, walking out in the field and thinking I'm not a bad bowler here. Then Ricky hits you for 6 and think, where am I going to go now? So these are the bridges you've got to build. And Andrew seems to be the perfect person for that role.
Yeah, he's I think the word that you used there was empathetic, and he is that. He's honest with them, but he also understands the challenges that you go through as a player. He's very honest with them, and he does have that care inside. I'd not seen him coach obviously until a couple of years ago, and it's been good being in the environment and seeing how he's worked with those boys and creating the atmosphere in the changing room and just having those conversations. So it's been great to watch how he's gone about it and take some of those things into my coaching as well.
Finally, from me, Richard, what are your ambitions for the summer? You just be like Newcastle, happy with mid-table and try and win a cup?
Right. I always just say we want to keep on improving. That's what I've always said every year. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm excited about it. The lads are excited about it. I agree with what you said right at the start as well. It's hard to get out of Div 2. There's some good teams in there. So, yeah, the way we played last year, we had players who influenced games at at the right times, which was very pleasing. So what I'm confident about is we've got some lads in our changing room who definitely can have an influence on a game, and that's what I'm hoping for. And obviously, T20, I think your goal is always to get into the knockout stage and then see where you go. That's what I've always said. That should be our goal. Every coach will be saying exactly the same thing, won't they? There's 18 counties.
Yeah.
But I just want us to keep on improving, keep on developing our players, see if we can keep on getting lads moving up the level, and keep on getting recognition. And that's my goal as a coach.
And you've got young Carlson, Kieran Carlson, who's now he's captain. You've signed Dickinson from Somerset. McAndrew is your overseas player. You've seen and the noise that's been coming out of Asa Tribe since his development throughout the winter. Even sort of KP who watches very little cricket, start shouting and give him some high praise, some real high praise was Kevin. If you're getting looked at by Kevin Pietersen, I tell you what, you must be doing something right, because he doesn't high praise too many people. But how do you get the new players in, the captain to understand first division cricket from second division cricket, and also with somewhere like Asa Tribe, how do you keep him feet firmly on the floor? Because that England spot, I think, since the winter, there's places to be had now.
The one thing about Asa, he is one hungry cricketer. He loves getting runs. Whatever he does, whatever stage he's gone to, he's scored runs. When he went out to Australia with the Lions, he works hard, he hits balls, but he's a problem solver as well. So he'll be hungry. He's obviously out playing with the Lions now, and he got a score the other day. So I always enjoy the fact that whatever level or whatever stage he goes up to, he still scores runs and he tries to work things out. With the other lads, Kieran as captain, it's brilliant to have him. He's had a few years doing the white ball stuff, so it's the right time for him to take over the red ball and try and take this changing room forward in his style. We obviously had Sam Northeast with us, who's different animal than Kieran. So I'm looking forward to working with Kieran and trying to develop his captaincy as well. And then we got Sean, obviously, like you said, signed from Somerset, so it'll take a bit of time, but he's been around us as well for the last 6 weeks, so it's good, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. This is like you do your netting and everything in the winter indoors and stuff, but it's actually when you get outside, and that's what you worked hard for. And then I think we've got Yorkshire first game, then not second game, so looking forward to it.
Yorkshire first game.
McGrath.
I mean, what a thought that would be. McGrath, Dawson and Harvey. I mean, wow. Right. Where's it at? Is it at home or away?
It's at Cardiff.
To be fair, if it's at Cardiff or at Leeds, I think that could be it. I mean, the off-the-field experience of that could be rather enjoyable.
It'll be good. Well, I'm sure we'll have a catch-up at some point. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, Army.